Alright gamers, today we're pouring a whole bowl of nostalgia because we're looking at those little Micro Machine cars that inspired the really cool video game series called Micro Machines. And of course, breakfast isn't going to be ruined today. During the 1980s, I used to love collecting Micro Machines, and collecting these things was right up there with collecting other toy lines like Ninja Turtles. Ha! Totally awesome, dude! Now these mini cars here were just like Hot Wheels, but they were smaller, cooler, and downright rad. And they also had these really cool playsets too, called the Micro Machines Travel City Playsets. Now during the 1980s and 90s, these little toys were everywhere. They had the cool commercials where that guy talked really fast.
Plus incredible Micro Machine pocket playsets. There's a police station, fire station, restaurant, service station, and more. And these playsets fit together to form a Micro Machine world. Micro Machine pocket playsets, so tremendous.
Oh man, somebody get the license plate of his mouth. And these little toys also played a pivotal role in the Home Alone movie. Gotta love it. So toy company Galoob was certainly on a winning streak when it came to their Micro Machines toy line. So much so that they decided to tackle the video game market next. So in 1990, they released the Game Genie device that could hack Nintendo games. And this worked by taking the Game Genie, attaching it to a Nintendo game, and then place the Game Genie into the Nintendo console, input a custom code, and you can start making those previously impossible games to complete actually winnable. And damn, I was sold, because you could take video games like Commando here, which only gave you 3 lives, and insert a code that now granted you infinite lives, so you can now actually see the goddamn ending of this thing. Alright, finally! I waited 30 years to see this ending! Congratulations! Your all mission is all over? All mission? You're a great player? This game was ended? What the fucking shit is this? Way to rob me of my victory here, asshole fuck! Now, as you probably can imagine, a device like this didn't sit too well with Nintendo. They couldn't have somebody go around hacking their games, so they sued them. And even though Galoob ended up winning that lawsuit, well, this would forever sour the relationship between both parties. So to get these little Micro Machines into an actual NES video game, well, Galoob here would have to turn to the video game company known as Codebreakers to create their own unlicensed video game of Micro Machines. So yep, they pretty much said screw you Nintendo by making their own game that wasn't officially licensed. And if you look in the back of this game here, you can see this little toggle switch that helps circumvent that little lockout chip that are in most Nintendo consoles. And the first thing you'll probably notice about this game is that they give it the gold cartridge treatment, which at the time was only reserved for the holiest of holy games like Legend of Zelda. So I wonder if they wanted to trick gamers into thinking this game was just as cool as Legend of Zelda. I'm not sure about that, but it does have a nice sparkle to it. And it would have been nice if they flipped that label around because, well, now it's upside down when compared to other video games like this. Ah, damn it. But alright, enough nitpicking like an angry nerd. Let's go ahead and pop this in and play it. Because you'll be pleased to know that this game is actually, well, enjoyable. And this becomes a real treat after you play countless other racing shit stains like Mach Rider, City Connection, and Bill Elliott's Race Car Challenge. Oh my god, will somebody crash into a fucking wall or something? Thankfully with Micro Machines, this top-down racer may have lacked that Nintendo seal of approval, but this game was pretty fun, and I played the crap out of this one as a kid, despite its many, flaws. Now the controls at times might suck ass worse than a $5 whore, but this game definitely draws you in. And it's because of your need to be the best in the Micro Machines Racing Tournament. And you get the cool chance to race all your favorite vehicles from the toy line, like sports cars, boats, race cars, choppers, dune buggies, muscle cars. Huh? That's considered a muscle car? What the fuck is that muscle? Now it's on to the character selection screen, and let me start out by saying that these guys look pretty damn good considering they were made during the 8-bit era. Just look at all these ragtag racers. You have Spider with the Happy Days Fonzie look, Walter who's the stereotypical fat kid, and you've got the doofus, the geek, the straight-A student, the Armac 21, you get the gist. Yep, it's pretty much like your breakfast club for Micro Machine racers. The cool thing about all these races is that they all take place in micro environments that you'd find around the home. And the details in these levels are amazing. During the first race, you race around the breakfast table with little Cheerios making up your racetrack. Then you have obstacles like drops of syrup to slow you down. Well, that's pretty clever. And if you don't win the race, well, breakfast is ruined. Here, have a consolation prize of a half-eaten waffle, asshole. But if you do win, well, you'll get a nice little card to put in your Micro Machine's carrying case. Alright, bonus! So your next race here takes place at school on top of a couple students' desks. Stay in between those chalk lines because tons of obstacles will lay outside those lines, which are school supplies ranging from deadly rulers, folders, and those deadly sacapuntas, which is Spanish for pencil sharpener. So be careful, guys, before you sack your own puntas. No! Son of a bitch! Oh, you sacapunta! The next race brings you to a car garage floor where obstacles now include oil slicks that actually slow you down. And ever since I was a kid, I always wonder what the hell these damn things are. I mean, what the fuck is this supposed to be? A paperclip? Key ring? Because I can honestly say I've never seen anything like this in anyone's garage before. So get this shit out of here. Well, anyway, time to hit the showers now because, well, we'll find ourselves in this cool bathtub level with tons of bubbles, whirlpools, and rubber duckies. Aww. Alright, so now it's time to hit the beach as we go into the sandbox. But cooling off in this sandbox is not in the cards today, because this is where the game takes a drastic turn in difficulty level. You may have played those first couple of levels and thought, hey, this game's a piece of cake. But now it's time to take that cake and ram it up your pie hole of an asshole. What the holy fucking putzel is this Carmageddon bullshit? You'll quickly realize in this game that you can't just go all pedal to the metal, or you'll be eating a face full of last place. Damn it! So yeah, unfortunately, you'll have to balance out your gameplay between accelerating and decelerating. But the problem here is that this game pisses you off so much, your rage will force you into a speed racer button mashing free-for-all! You bunghole bastard buggy fucker buggle! I'd rather sandblast my anus into silly putty than play this level. I'm just so amazed how I can't even beat this level anymore. As a kid, this game was a piece of cake. I could beat this entire game and not even break a sweat. And back when this game first came out, that entire summer, me and my cousins would play this game non-stop. And yeah, we beat this game over and over again. We knew every twist, every turn, but damn, I didn't realize that just picking this game up after 30 years would cause this much of a headache. Well, time to pull out the one thing that Nintendo just loved to hate about Galoob, that damn Game Genie. Because if I can't even beat this speed buggy level, I'm sure as shit not gonna be able to stand a chance against that pool table level, because this stage is super difficult, but it was always my favorite. Because I always loved how you could drop into this side pocket here, and blammo, blast out the other one. And this was a feature that was pretty darn rare and rad to find in 1991. So alright, let's go ahead and see what that next level is, and it's a breakfast table again. Ah, dick nuggets. But this time, all these previous levels have been upgraded in difficulty level. So you better get your ass in gear as you drive over those boxes of Toppie's cereal. Toppie's? Huh, I must have missed that one in the cereal aisle. Guess it was sandwiched between those other cereals like Breakfast with Barbie and Bootio cereal. And nope, these cereals aren't photoshopped. These are actual cereals. Now from here on out, the game adds more twists and turns to these races that become increasingly precarious to drive around. Whoa! So once diving deeper into this game, it becomes one frustrating stage after another, especially those chopper stages.
Get to the chopper!
Yeah, just get those damn choppers out of here because those things are the most jankiest vehicles in the entire game to control. Jesus, come on, fly straight, you moron. Well, at least it's not as bad as this toy room stage, which has this motherfucking checkerboard clusterfuckle right here. Want to easily get past these checkers? Well, piss off, you pint-sized prickleberry puke bucket, because this level's gonna rub that 4th place position bullshit right in your face. There is no getting past this garbage in record time because, yeah, it sucks! Damn it, Galoob, fuck you and your fucking checkers. Well, on the plus side, at least my carrying case is filling up nicely. And all these other racers are dropping out of the race faster than Great Tiger from Punch-Out can teleport around the screen. Damn, now that's fast. Now, if you're skilled enough to survive all 24 levels, you'll finally reach this bonus water level bullshit. And don't even get me started on how unfair this level is, because this is one level I could never ever beat. Ever. And it's because of all this water in this level, and the little stones you have to drive across, which is damn near impossible to reach the other side of. Even during the intro animatic of this level, you might think, hey, if I win this race, I'm gonna get that big ass monster truck, right? Well, after swerving around the garden and landing 1st place in this contest, well, they don't give you that big ass monster truck. But I got 1st place! What the hell's the point of teasing me with this big ass monster truck if you're not even gonna give it to me if I win this game? What a bunch of big asses. Well, no matter, because now it's time for the final race, which brings us back to the school desks. And bam! The game ends, leaving us with one lame-ass ending. Yeah, I know I'm the challenge champion, but what about my carrying case? Wasn't I supposed to win one last car for that last race? So where am I supposed to put that last fucking car? Oh, you turkey dicks. Now, while researching for this video, I was surprised to know that 4 years later, Galoob actually brought Micro Machines here to the SNES. Now, I never did play this one as a kid, but it really flips me out to see that all they did was take the very same game and just revamp it with upgraded graphics for the 16-bit console. And this really took me by surprise because this game looks fantastic over the original. The controls feel smoother, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the game overall might be easier as well. Ah, fuck, never mind, just scratch that shit off. Since this game came out during a time when I jumped ship from Nintendo over to Sega with their Genesis, well, I never did play this game until today. And what a shame, because this looks pretty great. Now, even though we're done with this Micro Machines video game, well, their story doesn't end there. Because 3 years later, Micro Machines 2 was released for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. And talk about a major upgrade in graphics, just like before, you now have a new host of micro environments to race around. And this one really picks up where the last left off. Now you get to race around in new areas with new vehicles like ATVs, and the roster of characters has also been given amazing upgrades as well. We get new characters, and even some of the classics like Spider, Dwayne, and damn, is that Cherry? Hot damn! Cherry might have been a little dorky looking girl before, but now, wow, this pixel pleasing girl's ready for some steamy action now. Ba ba boom! Now, if you thought Galoob stopped at this second installment here, well, Micro Machines 3 for the PlayStation was next to be released in 1997, which kept improving the graphics and gave us even more wild courses to drive around. And make sure to eat your peas and carrots, kids, because if you don't, well, they'll become part of your racetrack. In 1999, Micro Machines 64 was released for the N64, and even though this game was released 2 years after the 3rd installment, it was pretty much the exact same game, only with a different name. So whether you want to call this Micro Machines 3 or 64, well, I'm not really partial to these games because I prefer the gameplay style of the first 2 installments over these. And just look at what they did to Cherry! Well, thanks, Galoob. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Now fast forward to 2006 and Micro Machines 4 was released for the PlayStation 2. I'm pretty sure at this point those little Micro Machine toy cars weren't even available at retail anymore, so this game was quietly released with no fanfare. But upon playing it, well, it's not a total loss, because I kind of like what they did here. And they really brought that pool table stage up to a whole other level. And the crazy part about this game is that 3D Realms spent 12 years working on this one. 12 years? Are you kidding me? It's not even a game I would rush out to buy either. It's like one of those games you see at the store and say, maybe if I see it on clearance for $5, I'll consider picking this one up. Well, maybe if they added in Cherry, I'd consider it. Now there's one last Micro Machines game released in 2017 for the PlayStation 4, which I hadn't even heard about till today, called Micro Machines World Series. And man, the graphics on this game look great. The colors are all bright and vibrant. Wow. It looks like if you're a fan of those Skylander-esque type games, then this one is for you. Now I know these newer games are certainly well polished, but for me, I'll always choose the NES versions over the newer ones any day. Because despite what you may think, this game is more about just racing, or miniature cars, or taking first place. Because it's the sum of all those things that makes this one nostalgic overload. Does that answer your question?